That was just my first insight. The second insight in this book, and there's many, like a fantastic book. If you have a chance to read it, I highly recommend it. But the other point I wanted to share, many years ago, I was really close with this family, and my best friend at the time, we were really close and whatever, and her and her family helped me through some really rough times, and I was always so grateful to them, and I always wanted to offer help. I always, accepted help from them, and to reciprocate, I always wanted to offer help. And as much as I accepted their help, because for me, when someone is offering help and you reject that, it doesn't feel good for anyone involved. um, and there's a sense of pride in there, and there's like, it just doesn't feel good. So it was hard for me to accept help at times, but I also knew at that moment that me and my young family, we really needed it. I was in a tough spot, and so I openly accept that help, and I openly ask for help. Even stupid little things like, oh shoot, I never even thought this far ahead to have an ice cream scoop for my daughter's first birthday. Like, those are things that I just never thought of as a young mom. And so I openly would just ask, hey, can you bring your scoop of ice cream, like your ice cream scooper or something? I'm sure if I would have thought of it at the time, I could have just used a big spoon, no big deal. But I remember how the husband in that made me feel like, that's so embarrassing. Why wouldn't you just go and buy your own? Like, why do you ask to borrow this, to borrow that? And it's not like I borrowed and kept stuff. For me, it was just like an exchange. And I thought that if I offered to help, or if I, extended that vulnerability to ask for help, that it would open that door, that we could help each other. That if I showed that I was vulnerable, that it would create a safe space for my friend to be vulnerable too. But what I found over time was, it wasn't that way. And as much as I would offer help or make myself available or whatever, she was so comfortable helping me in need, and never comfortable asking for help from me or accepting help from me. Can I bring anything? Oh no, we've got it all looked after. Can I bring some food? Can I make something? How can I contribute to our get together? No, we've got it fine. Don't worry. And I would get really upset, and I never understood why it bothered me so much. And in this book, it's just a couple lines, but I love it because it just helped me make sense of why it bothered me so much for so many years, and why ultimately I had to remove myself from that, because I just didn't feel it was a give and take kind of thing. And anyway, so the line is, asking for help shows the person that you respect and you trust them. Asking for help shows your respect for the person giving advice, and you respect their experience, skill, and insight. You show your trust in the person because you make yourself vulnerable. And I thought, damn, no wonder I felt like shit all the time, because I didn't feel that same affection, same trust, same level of openness from my friend. And it bothered me for a long time. And I know there was times where I would say something and it's, oh, I just don't want to bother you, you seem so busy, and I'm sure at the time I probably had so much going on that I maybe gave that impression, or maybe I was too needy, and I gave the impression that I wasn't in a place to give. But it didn't matter whatever place I was in my life, I still wanted to contribute in whatever way I could. And it's bothersome when someone makes that decision for you, or, you know, makes those judgments in your best interest, or in, you know, them taking a projection of how they see you and what you are capable of doing and giving, and making those decisions for you. It's like when someone doesn't invite you to something because they know you won't come anyways. Let me make that decision myself. That's not for you to decide. Let me decide. Let me make that judgment call. If I can help you, I am so happy to help you. And if I can't, I'm going to tell you I can. So those are some great little tidbits I got from the book, The Motivation Myth, right here. And I hope you check it out. And if you love it, just drop a comment below about what was an insight that you got out of it. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. And don't forget, my friends, to keep your dirty glasses clean.